You just want to get this over with so you can get back to the mall, don't you? Oh, you're in a nice mood tonight. Have you been out? No, you don't do your shopping yet. Have you been in one of the shopping malls at all? Out here? Grim. It's like downtown in Calcutta with Muzak. Well, this is December 14th.
Right.
You know what that means? Only 65 more showings of It's a Wonderful Life before Christmas. You're just worn out from shopping, aren't you? You just don't want to let it out. It's better to give than to receive, you know, folks. I'm the giver and you're the receivee. But we live in strange times, really. Yes, we do. How strange? Thank you very much. Today, the Surgeon General introduced the first safe Santa. Let me want to know how that works. He has a Velcro lap, so your kid can't fall off and hurt himself. That's what do I know? You didn't tell me. You're from Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
You're from?
Oregon,
and I'm from Nebraska, and we're now living in California. Is Christmas a little bit different out here?
Oh.
It's weird. I can't get used to it. The temperatures the other day were 84. In Malibu, it's really weird. Now, when I was back in Nebraska, you know, Santa would come, slide down the chimney, put an orange in your stocking. Out in Malibu, Santa jumps through a solar panel and leaves a kiwi in your Reeboks. Sadly, they had to cancel the nativity scene in Malibu's town square. There was a real estate boom last week, and the manger went condo. Where'd that laugh come from? From the staff. And this morning, I really got in the Christmas spirit. I saw a small group of Malibu children faxing Santa their Christmas list from their car phones. It was very touching. I'm trying to get into it out here, but it's tough. In Beverly Hills this time of the year, they want to do something for the less fortunate, so they're collecting now for the foie gras drive for the neediest cases. And no, they go around in Beverly Hills. You live in Beverly Hills. We're close to Beverly Hills. They go around this time of year and give away coupons for tuxedo rentals to the neediest people. Is there a revolver in the house? Well, I'm going to keep plunging ahead because I know you're going to get in the Christmas spirit. I read today that George Bush is sending out 90,000 Christmas cards this year. Now, the big question is, will Dan Quayle finish licking those envelopes in time? Thank you for your support. Speaking of George Bush, the White House is going to have a new dog. What's the president's dog's name? No, Rex, yeah. No. Now I know what I'm up against. We got a cruel audience here. No, it was Rex. They used to have Lucky.
Yeah.
Reagan's had... I'm dying. The guy in the audience is scoring big. No, they had Lucky. They sent him out to the ranch in Santa Barbara, and then they got Rex.
Right.
They're going to have the dog is called Millie. Millie? Yes,
Millie.
Millie. Now, you didn't know about Millie because he was kept out of the spotlight during the campaign because Bush was fighting that wimp image. So they didn't want him to have a dog named Millie. He was replaced temporarily by a pit bull named Butch. It's all right. Millie's official duties will be the same as a Reagan's dog, and that's to pull the president away from Sam Donaldson's questions. You know what I mean? Well, Sure. All right. How many of you saw the televised address of Yasser Arafat address the special session of the United Nations in Geneva? There was one small embarrassment. I don't know if you're aware of this, but apparently the airlines lost his luggage on the way over, and he addressed the General Assembly wearing a monogrammed towel on his head from the Geneva Hilton. Didn't Reagan make his farewell address to some federal employees the day before yesterday?
He has not said goodbye to me yet.
What?
He has not said goodbye to me yet. He said to say goodbye to you, sir.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you. It's a cruel crowd here tonight. Anyway, he talked about the Iron Triangle. Did you hear that? He was talking about the deficit, and the president says the deficit wasn't his fault. A beeper went off in the audience. See if you can call my writers on that damn thing. You know you're not doing well when a guy calls for the paramedics during the monologue. Anybody remember what I was talking about? The president is taking no responsibility for the deficit. He said it wasn't his fault. He came up with the Iron Triangle, which was the news media, members of Congress, and the special interest groups. Iron Triangle is kind of a catchy phrase. It'll probably be remembered by historians a lot longer than you think 1,000 points of light. But a lot of presidents, I'm rushing along here because we have a busy show, and I shouldn't be doing this much actually tonight. We got a lot. Outgoing presidents, for example, like to warn us of things. If you remember President Eisenhower, remember when he was president of the United States? He warned. That was quite a while ago, but it was in all the papers. You must have read about it. And Eisenhower warned us of the. What the hell did he warn? You're right. That's right, the military-industrial complex, and Reagan warned us about the Iron Triangle, and Jerry Ford warned us about the third step, going up Air Force One. Remember, saying it a little. But Reagan, why don't I give up? No. Because I'm show business, folks. That's right. Reagan actually blamed the deficit on what he calls the Iron Triangle. Now, if I was going to pick a geometric figure to blame the deficit, wouldn't the Pentagon be better than a triangle? Okay. That's about it for me. You got anything? Oh, there's one thing I should. Tonight, are you familiar with a television show called Wise Guy? Tonight, Vinny infiltrates the Jewish mob. No, I'm not making this up. Now, the Jewish mob is not the most efficient crime organization. When they put out a contract on you, it takes about 6 months for them to negotiate it before they can do that. That's what it takes, about 6 months. Wow. Okay, some of our guests, well, all of our guests actually tonight, not some of them. I'm going to tell you who they are. We have Mr. Steve Martin. Lovely actress, pretty girl. Helen Shaver is with us tonight. And a gentleman I have not met, but he has a certain piece of memorabilia I understand he's had for a number of years, and he has brought it here to share it with us tonight.
Right there.
Do we mention what that is now, or should we?
Why not?
Well, apparently this man, about 28 years ago, was at a meeting with President Nixon or somewhere, and Nixon was eating a sandwich and did not finish it. This guy has the sandwich, saved it, and has put it in his freezer, and he's kept it in his freezer these 28 years, and we said, that's the kind of a man that we want on our show. So he's here tonight, so stay where you are. We'll be right back. Okay, now let's start the show. Woo! Is there a full moon? Is there something going on out there that I'm not aware about?
Something is awry.
Anyway, Steve Martin is here tonight. Helen Shaver's here, and the gentleman you'll meet in a moment. Now, every year for many years, we have done this about Christmas time. As you probably know, the post office in New York, and I suppose cities all over the country, receive thousands of letters addressed to Santa Claus in care of the North Pole. And every year we ask them to send us a batch of them and pass them on to us. And they make these letters available. If you would like to get some from your post office, we'll give you the address later, to help out a child at Christmas. And if you want a letter, the address you write to is, we'll put it up on the screen. There it is right there. Operation Santa Claus, United States Postal Service, James A. Farley Building, New York, New York, 10199. Or I guess you can call and they'll tell you how to get down there. I suppose you could go to the Los Angeles post office or the post office probably in your hometown and pick up letters from Santa. We're going to read a few of the letters. Some of them are real tough to read. Some of them are hysterically funny. I'm not won't obviously use the name of the child, but here's the kind of stuff you get. Dear Santa, I'm 7 years old and I'm in the 2nd grade. I heard that you and Mrs. Claus is coming to town. Please, Santa, if you come to Brooklyn, please stop at my house. Don't forget that I have another brother. I have a pole so you can secure your reindeer. Parking in Brooklyn obviously is very tough. Parking privileges. Hi, Santa. I am 9 years old. First, before I begin, I would like to tell you to give yourself a gift. The video cassette Sweating to the Oldies by Richard Simmons. You need to lose weight badly. Treat yourself and deserve it. At least your reindeer riding around in that heavy sleigh. So please, Santa, I would like you to send me boots, mittens, hat, sweater, and so forth. Thank you. I'll still love you if you don't bring me these things, but please try to lose some weight. Think of Rudolph. Tough. Dear Santa, my brother says I'm stupid to write you because you're not real. I hope you are. Are you William? Of course he's real.
Yes.
Of course, William. E.B. Herman is not so real. Here's one I love. I guess I could give first names, right? No, I can't read it. I want a hamster, a little black puppy, a skateboard with a handle, and a key teddy bear. Also, a fat 14-karat gold rope and solid gold earrings. See, that's a smart girl. You lull Santa into the false sense of security and then zonk him with the old gold earrings. Here's one from Tennessee. Here's some things I want for Christmas. I want clothes and shoes, but if you could, I want the Dr. Barbie. I'm going to have a baby brother or sister, and I want my mommy to have twins, so I want some toys for them. Twins, I think, would probably be easier than putting together a bicycle at Christmas. Did you ever do that? Go down and buy one of those disassembled?
Yep.
My name is Joanna. My birthday is December 26th. My whole family believes in you. Here are a few things for Christmas. Milton Bradley with Lose or Draw. I'm not familiar with that. Fisher-Price Pocket Pack. Whatever you sent. Sign it, please. He wants a legally binding Christmas present, I guess. There's a battery missing. This girl wants to know who's responsible. I have a new puppy I named Spot. It's a little rough and chased my brother, and my brother got a busted nose. So now let's talk about me. I'm not doing good in school, and I'm getting in trouble a lot. Now let me tell you what I want for Christmas. Matthew doesn't seem to have a firm grip on that naughty or nice concept. Dear Santa and dear Els, thank you for bringing me the presents. When you mess up our floor, please try to clean up. Our Christmas tree is in the basement rec room this year. Don't worry. If you make noise, Dad said he won't go down and shoot you. Some of these are a little difficult. The handwriting is very, I've been a good boy, please. I would like this. I don't understand. Don Mattingly. Oh, Darryl Strawberry. Kevin Hernandez, Dwight Gooden. Those are all ball players, aren't
Right.
they? This kid must be George Steinbrenner's kid or something. I don't know. Dear Santa, I want a trip to Club Med and a chain of Toys R Us toy stores. Santa, your suit is out of style. Get a leather jacket, ripped jeans, and a dirty white T-shirt. Can you believe that? Dear Santa, what I want for Christmas is a remote control car or a Walkman cassette and an electric shaver. Aren't many kids out there who believe in Santa who shave? Something about an aqua velvet child. Here's one I love. Dear Santa, I want a whole set of guns and also I want a rifle. Love, Max.
Whoa.
Max obviously is going to get the rest of the presents himself. Look at this list. Dear Santa, my Christmas list. Roller skates, tape deck, remote control grasshopper, telescope, electric can opener, new room, basketball polo net, own fish tank. Number 18 is money. Dear Santa, my name is Stephanie. I'm 5 years old. I don't understand this. I want for Christmas a cow-size 7. Does anybody know what a cow-size 7 is? Dear Santa, we are going to... This is for you, Giancomo. Dear Santa, we're going to be in Italy for Christmas. I would like a Ferrari and a G.I. Joe boat. Then I would like a bike, and you should bring it to New York. You're going to be in Italy.
Right.
Trying to get around customs, deliver it right there. Okay, now, those are amusing letters, but these are the kind that I'm sure you would like to go down to the post office and pick up. And it's amazing. Every year, the same thing happens. The kids who write, who don't have anything, very seldom ask for anything from themselves. They usually ask for their younger brothers or sisters or their mother or father. In my family, there are only 3 because my dad doesn't live with us. That's going to be our 3rd year without him and without a good Christmas. My mom is always busy and working. We hardly get to see her. I'm hoping that for Christmas I can get some games and maybe some toys for my little brother. My mommy always tells me we are on a fixed income, so we won't have much of anything for Christmas. We never had a real Christmas, so Santa, don't let us down again. Yeah. I thought I'd write you because you can help us because my mom won't be able to give us a Christmas. She's hardly home, and she can't get us what we want because she barely makes enough for the rent and other bills and so forth, and it goes on. These are the kind of letters that come in by the thousands all over the country here. She says, my mother, a lot of fatherless homes here. You know, kids are living with their mother. We always dream of having some toys or one game. Let's see. Santa Claus, I love you as if you were part of my family. I never had a present in my life from you or my family. I want you to know I believe in you, and I hope that you can bring me what I asked for. Anyway, these go on and on. So if you would like to feel good at Christmas, go to your post office or in New York. We'll put that address up there again. Operation Santa Claus, U.S. Postal Service, James A. Farley Building, New York, 10199. And it'll make your Christmas a lot brighter, and certainly the children. So thank you for sending us those letters. And we will be back in a moment. Okay, folks, as I promised, as I mentioned in the monologue, it is not unusual for people to save autographs or items, just being touched by famous people. My first guest took this to rather an extreme when he saved the remains of a buffalo sandwich, partially eaten by then Vice President Richard M. Nixon. And the sandwich has been in his family's freezer in Illinois for 28 years, and by golly, he brought it here tonight. Would you welcome Steve Jenny. Steve? Did I pronounce your last name right, Steve? Jenny?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, this is a first for us. Now, folks, don't groan. You don't. Now, you've had... Is that what you usually get when people find out that you have had a partially eaten sandwich by Former
Yes.
President Nixon for 28 years?
Well, not that many people know about it.
Yeah, well,
until now.
they're going to tonight. Now, you've had this in your freezer where? And this is still rather chilly right there.
Yeah, just as is. It's inside this jar, inside a plastic bag, inside my mother's freezer.
Well,
for 28 years.
Let's go back to this momentous day in history and find out why a grown person would do something like this.
No, I wasn't grown then.
That's right. You were much younger, weren't
Right.
you? Where were you, and what was going on, and why did you decide to do this? And
Okay, it was September 22nd, 1960. My hometown, Sullivan, Illinois, population 3,900. They had already had a couple of buffalo barbecues, and they wanted to do an annual thing. Well, for this particular political day, they invited, and he accepted, Mr. Nixon, who was vice president at the time, to give a speech of 30 minutes or so. And around that was this buffalo barbecue gala event. So I was a Boy Scout, 14-year-old Boy Scout at the time. So they let the schools out, of course, and they formed the barriers, the barricades for the motorcade and everything. Well, my particular duty was to be around his picnic table where he was seated. He and his wife, Pat, was there.
Right.
So he took 3 or 4 bites out of this buffalo barbecue sandwich, got up to leave, and left it there on the little paper plate, which I have with me.
Oh, you saved the paper plate, too.
Same paper plate, right there.
Oh, this is it.
That's it.
And it says on here, may I read the inscription? This is the plate on which Vice President and future President Nixon ate at the Buffalo Barbecue, September 22nd, 1960. You could probably sell this to some museum. A very pathetic museum, but nevertheless. Anyway, so when did you decide to grab the sandwich?
As soon as he was done.
Did you have any idea at that time what you were going to do with it? Were you going to eat it, or were you just...
No, no. He had gotten up to leave to make his speech. I mean, nobody else thought of it, I guess. Obviously.
Most people, I think, when people finish eating, don't think of going and grabbing the remains of the meal.
And it's never gotten them on this show either.
That's true,
has
and
it?
you're here and there, sitting
That's
back
right,
there, still sitting in Sullivan, right?
Right.
Is this now defrosted, or?
For the first time in 28 years.
Oh my God!
Completely defrosted. You want to see it? Let me take
Well,
it.
now do you feel that this is the end of it?
No, heavens no. I hope not.
Well, if it's defrosted, what are you going
I'm
to
going
do?
to
with it?
refreeze it. I think.
Is it already defrosted?
Yes. Should be.
May I?
Sure.
Well, it is in a bag, and I don't think it's necessary. People can actually see the teeth prints, probably. Right here. So you kept this in your mother's freezer.
Right.
Well, what does she say about this?
She said, "Do you still want this barbecue?"
Yes. And what are you going to do with it? What are your plans for this?
To hang on to it for as long as I can.
Have you had any offer for this? Is there any intrinsic value in this thing at all?
No, not until your people asked me to come on your show and show this to millions of people out there.
Yeah, I guess we did. Now, did the freezer ever shut off or anything? I mean, have you had a close call with this thing?
I had
I don't know.
twice.
Twice.
Had 2 occasions. The first occasion was when we moved from Sullivan to Springfield, which is 70 miles apart. But we kept it frozen then, obviously.
Good.
The second time was when we had a major power outage for 4 or 5 days. Big ice storm. But but my dad had a generator and kept it cranked up, and
Standby generator, you mean? And you
Yeah.
flip that on and save this.
yes.
How do we know that this is the act? I mean, anybody could say. I mean, Steve, I'm not,
That it's Nixon sandwich.
Well, actually, I'll show you why, folks. Here's a copy of the paper, right?
One of the
Yes.
many.
Yeah, and it shows him actually eating,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So we're not gonna. Right there, folks. authenticates it.
There's a major portion of it missing, too, though. So
Yeah.
that kind of authenticates.
Okay, so you're going to refreeze this again.
Yeah.
And you brought some buffalo?
Yes, I did.
People think you're joking about a buffalo. But this is actually buffalo
Yes.
meat?
Buffalo barbecued meat that I had to have flown in from Seward, Illinois, just outside of Rockford, Illinois.
Is it edible?
S-E-W-A-R-D.
Is it edible?
Yes.
May I?
I hope. Yeah, please.
What do you mean hope? Tastes just like
Sure.
any other beef.
It's supposed to be lower in cholesterol than regular beef.
Okay.
Also,
What is it? Yes. Quick, I'll take a bite out of this, and then you can join this here. Now,
you want that napkin?
what?
You want the napkin?
Very good.
Sure.
You want the napkin too?
Sure.
Well, you're a nice. Well, Steve, you're a weird collector, but
I know.
this has been a first for us. You probably should get this immediately into the freezer.
I will.
And how about this? You really gonna?
Sure.
You're not gonna.
Watch me. I'm gonna.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here. Get that in the freezer right away. There's your plate. Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, yeah, folks. Don't believe this. A man been hanging on to a half-eaten sandwich for 28 years. Steve Martin will be out here in a moment. My next guest, you all know. Steve Martin is not only a very talented comedian, he's a fine actor and an extremely good writer. He's got a new movie out, which opened nationwide, called Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which he co-stars with Michael Caine. Will you welcome Mr. Steve Martin? This is a night. This, right? I got another one here. It says, this is the plate that Steve Martin ate a sandwich from before being bombed before he bombed on The Tonight Show. You see, well, you got that nice positive attitude. How are you? Good to see you.
Well, actually, I'm not in a very good mood at all.
What?
And I would appreciate it if you would just leave me alone because I'm very angry.
What's the problem?
And I'm not in the mood for any of your questions.
What happened? Did somebody on the staff beat you badly?
No,
or
I
what?
was standing backstage about to come on, and this guy comes up to me and says, Steve, I want you to know I really enjoy your comedy, and thank you for making me laugh over the years.
What? Why would that make you depressed, all right? Angry? He's a fan, obviously. Making me laugh over the years? That's a compliment.
Okay? It's another way of looking at it.
Well, I mean, but it must be the holiday season.
Maybe I was wrong.
Well, you must be.
I feel much better now.
You must be depressed or something. What's been going on in your life?
I don't know, Johnny. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely
Nothing's been
nothing.
happening at all.
Nothing at all. No, I've made a movie. I haven't been home for 8 months, which
Well,
I'm sure all the burglars in the audience are going, oh, if we only knew. I did a film in France, and that took 3 months, and then I did Waiting for Godot, and that took 3 months. And
That's a big change.
I know there's a missing 2 months, but we
But that
actually
was.
pulled that out too.
I read nothing, but you couldn't get in. You guys, you and Robin, played Waiting for Godot, Beckett's play in New York, to an average of about 250 people a night, a small theater.
About 300, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous, experience and all
must have
that, and blah, 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 blah. It really was. And then, and I came back here and wanted to, relax, get out of the business for a while because I'd been away for so long.
Right.
The cats hadn't seen me in 8 months, and it was
Yeah.
like, excuse me, what are you doing here? See, that's what they said when they saw me.
But cats, you know, I understand. What I hear,
Well, actually, it's funny is they can't talk.
they can't. Yeah, I see. That's true. I never thought of that. But cats, like dogs, have a short-term memory. You know, if you leave for a half an hour, it's the same as you left for 6 months.
They
They
tend to
don't-
curl up and go to bed when you're gone, and then when they come back, it's like, oh,
They really don't know.
there goes my cat routine, which I won't be doing much anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
No, oh, we're going to commercial? No.
I think we are. And
Really?
you got to get out of this depression. I mean,
Okay.
Okay. We'll be right back. I thought you were really steamed or
No,
something. and left.
I just went to wash my hands. I'll tell you about it in a minute. It was unbelievable what happened to me, but I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay.
Just kind of hold that thought. Should I tell you about the movie? Since
Sure.
that's why I came. Why
Well,
I
of
came
course, I understand that.
in. It's a very funny film. And. No, we were going to show a clip from it. So
Yeah.
do you mind if I set it up? Or
Oh, yeah,
it's your
do-
show. You tell me. I don't know.
No,
I'll
think-
leave if you want.
No, please stay. With Michael Caine.
Right.
You're
Michael Caine.
You're two con men.
We're two con men on the French Riviera, and that's where I was all summer. And, you know, I'd go into restaurants there, and I would order something, and they'd look at me like they didn't understand a word I was saying. I can't believe it. Yeah. So, anyway, this is I have to set this clip up because it's kind of complicated.
Okay.
Michael Caine and I are rival con men, but for a while we work as a team, and this is our plan. Michael meets women, gets them to pay off his debts, and he promises he's going to marry them, and then he introduces them to his younger brother, who's so disgusting that the women always say they'd rather not get married. And so this is one of those scenes.
Okay. Watch the monitors.
That mother?
No, Ruprecht. She's not our mother. Go on, Diana. You were saying?
Well, I think that the boy. Ah!
Ruprecht! May I take your trident, sir? Now, Diana, as you were saying, you don't think the poor should be allowed in museums.
I think the
Ruprecht,
poor.
don't take the cork off the fork
Why is the cork on the fork?
to prevent him hurting himself. And I. You can eat your applesauce. Ruprecht, we have wonderful news. Diana and I are going to be married. We're all going to live in Palm Beach. Ruprecht! Eat your food.
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom first?
Of course you may.
Thank you.
I see. Kind of a Noel Coward's
Yes.
Moliere, more than
Now, I must say, that clip aside, it is actually a very
I
sophisticated
can see. Yeah.
comedy, but that's one of the, what you call the low points.
Well, low comedy and sophisticated, you have to have that little hills and valleys
Yes,
in a picture.
you do.
So you spent the Riviera.
The Riviera, that was a lot of fun. But, you know, I can't believe what happened to me. I won't have to wash my hands.
What is going on?
And there's a guy back there. This is a different guy. And he says, you know, I saw your film, and I thought it was really funny. It's like I need that, right, before I come out here. What is with these people?
He meant it as a compliment. He likes you. That's a compliment. I don't understand.
Maybe I shouldn't have slugged him.
You hit the man.
Yeah. Oh. It's been a bad year for me. Actually, quite good.
Really?
You know, playing this movie, Dirty Rotten Scoundrel, actually became a Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Sorry. This year I lied a lot to people.
You yourself?
Yes, and I cheated money from my friends.
Oh.
I stole things from supermarkets. I'd pick up the cats, twirl them around by the tail. It's kind of the movie kind of affected me, I guess.
Yes. We have to do this again?
Yes, but he can recover a little.
Yes, I understand. He's obviously distressed. We're going to be right back after this message. You're depressed, you know. Obviously, you're depressed. It's holiday season. Some people get depressed. You're not in the true Christmas spirit.
Who cares about Christmas? Like I need that, right? Humbug, right, thanks.
Well, I'm sad to hear that. Bah humbug.
Hi, Santa.
Have you been a good boy, Stephen?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Haven't done anything wrong?
No. Not really, no.
Haven't told any lies?
No. Sorry, I...
Been kind to animals? Well, that's good. I was just checking.
Thank you. Santa? Can I sit on your knee?
I think so, of course. Here, sit down, my boy. Now,
I'd like a puppy. Some stationery supplies. And a duck.
I think that can be arranged. Well, Merry Christmas, Stephen. Merry Christmas, John.
And Santa? I'm sorry I slugged you back there.
Worked.
Boy, we went a long way.
Didn't we though? Oh, boy. But you had to, yes. But you had to finish.
You had to finish and sweat it out and die.
No. So, we're going to bring...
But the clip played great. Go ahead.
No. We're going to bring Helen Shaver out here. She's a lovely
Good.
gal.
Thank you.
Gal. She's co-starring with Burt Reynolds in a television movie called LB, or BL, or LB, whatever you want. A Striker, which airs on another network. You can check your local listings for that.
I'm not moving, by the way.
Well, of course you're not. Would you welcome Helen Shaver? Nice to see you.
Nice
And have
to
you
see
been a
you.
good little girl all year? Ho, ho, ho.
Well, I had a baby.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. I
Just
had a
re-
baby 10 weeks ago, so it wasn't bad what I did to make this baby. It was good.
Well, of course.
And
That's always good.
And after he was born, his father and I got married, so that's good.
See, we're living in a different age. People wouldn't say that years ago, right?
Well, I don't know. I think people have done it maybe for
Oh,
years.
sure,
I mean,
yeah.
everything was traditional. We fell in love.
Yeah.
We just kind of did it out of order. We fell in love. We had a honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to get married. We made a baby.
Mm-hmm.
We had a honeymoon. The baby was born.
Mm-hmm.
We got married, and now we're having another honeymoon. Sort
It's
of
a little out of sync.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I mean, there's all those people who, well,
Is this your first,
marriage or?
first child? No, I didn't mean your first marriage.
It's my first baby. Yeah, he's beautiful too. He's really neat.
Didn't you, in one of the pictures, a recent picture, play someone who was...
I've played pregnant a couple of times.
Yeah.
I did it wrong. I waddled. I
makes
mean, I
sense.
always thought being pregnant meant waddling, but I didn't waddle at all when I was pregnant. Did I waddle?
I'm sorry?
Did I waddle when I was pregnant?
Sorry, I was thinking about how badly I did.
No. Santa told me you did great. No, I asked this because I was.
It's going to take us a long time to get this show out of the curtains, I'll tell you that. I'll take that
we won't be
monologue to
getting
my grave with me.
Guess we won't be getting that rerun check, will
That's
we?
right, you. This will be. You won't see. No, I'm afraid this is not going to the Museum of Broadcasting, but what the hell. What?
No, because I was in the south of France.
Were you in the south of France,
Yes,
too?
my husband was working on the film that Steve was working on.
Oh, I didn't
behind
know
the
that.
camera. So
I see.
I saw, and I've seen the film, and it's a great film.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
He didn't model once.
Well, aren't you doing, aren't you, You know, I knew one of these years I was just gonna run out of questions entirely. There was just gonna come a point where I didn't have one more in there, like, how are you? Do you like living in New York or out here better? And it's just no question at all.
Oh, no.
No,
Before you get to that problem, let's go to a commercial.
thank God. We'll be right back after this. Well, folks, you kind of got a short scripted here tonight because we kind of got silly and ran a little long.
But it was fascinating.
It has been a
The whole
fascinating
show,
experience tonight. It's one of
Not
those.
quite the word I was thinking.
Yeah, one of those memories you kind of carry with you and think back years ago and say, remember that show we did on December the 14th, 1988? And this is one of them. Anyway, you're also, you do the voice in a thing called the
Land Before Time.
Land Before Time, about the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
And you play
The mother dinosaur.
the mother dinosaur.
Yes. Long eyelashes.
How does one do a voice for a mother dinosaur?
Think about having a small head and large feet.
Thank you. I'm humbled by that applause.